Hi, John. How are you?
John.
Nice to meet you,
man.
How's it going?
Well, it's going well. I mean, it's hard to kind of, as every reporter talks to you and they hear the story, they break down, and then you kind of have to pick them up. And the car belongs to a friend of mine, and he bought it off of eBay, sight unseen, from Michigan, and it was rusted through and didn't run very well. And he let me borrow it for a weekend if I could get it running, and so I got it running. And he got such a kick out of watching it run that when he called me a few days later and told me he was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, I thought that maybe he'd like to see it run a little further. And so I'd cut out some vinyl names of people that I knew with cancer or lost to cancer. And when I left, I realized I'd forgotten some names, and people who were walking by wanted to know how they could get names on the car. And so we sent somebody to buy some Sharpies, and they started signing the car. And every time I stopped for gas or to get food, people would sign names on the car.
Amazing.
And a man walked up to me on the way back east and said, "Are you heading to California?" And I said, "Yeah, as soon as I get to the Atlantic, I'll turn around." And pulled out a picture of his wife out of his wallet and said he'd promised to take her to California, and she passed away before they could do that. And so I walked into a gas station and got some tape and put her on the dashboard and took her to California.
That's nice.
A little girl, pulled me over in Arkansas from the back seat of a Chevy Lumina. She wrote, "I'm 15 years old, I have cancer, I'd like to talk to you." And pulled off into a gas station, and she asked if she could go for a ride and give rides to her brothers and sisters. And she ended up drawing a horse on the hood of the car. I fell asleep in a hailstorm in Oklahoma in a rest stop, wet and tired and hurt, and fell asleep with my head on the steering wheel, and woke up a couple hours later, and there was a pillow under my head and a beach towel draped over me. And I don't know who did it, but every one of these names is a family or a loved one or somebody that's important to somebody, and the fact that the car is going to keep on going is important. That.
Richie, why is this important to you?
Well, my dad died of cancer also, obviously, so it definitely evokes some memories for me. And, this place here takes care of all my hot rods too, so I'm just another boy with another toy anyway. But yeah, because of my dad, without doubt.
We had two parents that signed for a lost 3-year-old and a lost 5-year-old over the weekend.
Wow.
There were some heartbreaking just notes to people on the car. And you think about, what 2,300 names on a car this small represents.
There's a song in the book in every one of those names.
Well, and
a movie too.
Yeah, if this car is broken and is neglected and abused as she is, can do this and have made it across country and back, then I think anybody who's sick or facing any other type of problem can do anything.
Right.
And we ended up naming the car Grace because it's just divine grace that we made it.
Yeah.
She caught fire twice. Once at a gas station 2 feet from a gas pump. And, the lady across on the other side of the pump looked like she was going to pass out, and she goes, "Your car's on fire." And I put it out, turned the fuel pump off, and put an extinguisher on it. She goes, "Does that happen all the time?" And I said, "Well, first time today, so not really."
All right, well, hey, great thing you're doing. God bless
Thanks
you.
so much.
God bless you.
Right here. Okay.
Go, bud.
Thanks so much.
God bless you, man. John,
Thanks
God
so
bless
much.
you. Don't catch on fire.
I won't. I appreciate it.
Good job.
Hey.